Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So the first phone with a punch hole display is the Honor V20, and in this video I am gonna compare the handset with the Samsung's Galaxy S9 Plus. Price wise, these two handsets are really close, but in coming days the price of the S9 can drop because the S10 is coming. So let's get into the video, and starting off with the construction. Both handsets are coming with aluminium frame and glass back, so super premium construction on both. The screen is gonna be 6.4 inches diagonally with a punch hole camera on the V20 versus 6.2 inches on the S9 Plus with nothing to disturb your view. So as for the overall size of these phones, the S9 Plus is gonna be slightly longer than the V20, which does not matter that much, but the S9 is gonna be about 2 mm less wider, so in the hand you are gonna feel the difference. As for the bezel size, and the side bezels are thinner on the S9 Plus, and also the screen is curved from both sides on the handset, while the chin is slightly thinner on the V20 and with the punch hole camera on the upper left side versus thicker top and bottom bezels on the S9. And as for the weights, both are gonna be almost equal. On-screen controls in both phones for navigation and the fingerprint scanner being on the back, while there's iris scanner on the S9 as well, which will work in dark too, while the face unlock is not gonna work in pitch black darkness. There's USB Type-C port in both handsets for connectivity, and the headphone jack is gonna be on the top on the V20 versus on the bottom side on the S9, and the loudspeaker is gonna be on the bottom side on the V20 versus it's gonna be stereo speaker setup on the S9 Plus. And also the S9 is gonna be IP68 certified, means no worries about water, versus there is no protection on the V20. So yeah. The display is gonna be IPS LCD on the V20 versus Super AMOLED on the S9 Plus. So color reproduction is gonna be slightly different on both handsets, and people usually like AMOLED screens because of their deep blacks. The screen resolution is gonna be 1080p on the V20 versus Quad HD on the S9. So the screen sharpness is gonna be good in both handsets, but even better on the S9 Plus. The S9 is gonna have the always on display feature to help you with notifications, and this display is also gonna be HDR10 compliant, so HDR content which looks good can be played on it. And as for the protection of the screens, there's gonna be Gorilla Glass 5 on the S9 versus Huawei did not mention any screen protection for the V20, but it's gonna have some protection because it's a flagship phone. As for the performance, and both of these are coming with the best chipsets from their makers right now, so no problem for performance. But as for which is faster, the Kirin 980 on the V20 have a slight edge over the Snapdragon 845. The RAM will be 6GB on both handsets, so multitasking is also gonna be great. The V20 is coming in 128GB of base storage, and the other variant with 256GB, and the handset does not support the micro SD card, while the base model for the S9 Plus is gonna be 64GB, and the other variants will be 128 and 256GB, and the handset also supports the micro SD card. And as for the operating system, it's gonna be Android 9 Pie on the V20 versus Android Oreo on the S9, while now the handset can be updated to Android 9 Pie as well. Now as for the camera, and it's gonna be 48 megapixels main sensor on the V20 versus 12 megapixels on the S9 Plus. The 48 megapixel shots are gonna have more detail in them, but then the image size will be huge, close to 15 megabytes per image, and the exposure time is also gonna be slightly longer, so chances of a distorted image are also gonna be higher, and these problems are not gonna be there in the 12 megapixels mode. But then you can say, what's the purpose of having a 48 megapixel sensor? And the thing is, its sensor size is very large as well, means the sensor is gonna get so much light even in low light conditions, and the V20 does perform really good in low light. I mean as good as the Galaxy S9, which was already a beast in low light photography. The secondary sensor on the V20 will be a time of flight sensor, means it can see things in 3D now and can judge their distance, means good portraits and better AR functionality. Versus the secondary sensor on the S9 will be a telephoto sensor, means 2 times optical zoom on the handset. The S9 is gonna have dual pixels face detection, means super fast autofocus, and its camera is also gonna be optically stabilized, means smooth videos, does not matter the resolution, versus the software is gonna do the stabilization work on the View 20, which is really good as well, but it's not gonna work in 1080p at 60 fps mode. The maximum video recording resolution will be 4K on both handsets, where the S9 can capture it at 60 fps versus the View 20 at 30, and both can record 1080p videos at 60 fps. The slow motion recording will be 120 fps on the View 20, which is 4 times slower, versus it's gonna be 240 fps slow motion recording on the S9, which is double 8 times slower. Both handsets are gonna record 960 fps videos as well in 720p resolution, and both are gonna record this for 0.2 seconds, means super difficult. The front camera will be 25 megapixels on the View 20 versus 8 megapixels on the S9, so the detail is definitely gonna be more on the View 20. But the front camera is autofocus on the S9, means your face will always be in focus, and also the S9 produces some of the best selfies in terms of the colors. So yeah. At loss for the battery, and it's gonna be 4000 mAh on the Honor View 20 versus 3500 mAh on the S9 Plus. The LCD screen is gonna eat more battery on the View 20, but its CPU is more power efficient as well, so more backup time on the handset. And as for the fast charging, the S9 Plus is gonna get to about 35% in 30 minutes and full 100% in 1 hour and 40 minutes, versus the View 20 is gonna get to about 58% in 30 minutes and about 90% in 1 hour, while I'm not too sure about how much it takes to fully recharge the handset. And in India, the charging speed of View 20 is gonna be slightly slow. So this is it for this video, guys. Let me know what do you guys think about both handsets, and if you found this video interesting, then be sure to like it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Peace out.